All right, man. Vikings sitting pretty right now at 4-1. Extra special with the Packers losing earlier today to the Giants in London, which meant that you absolutely had to beat Chicago. They did so. Final score 29-22. The scripted drive went as planned. 12 plays, 86 yards, a touchdown by Dalvin Cook. And speaking of Dalvin Cook, 18 carries, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5.2 yards per carry. The man went off. Great timing. And with Denver in the dumps, the Vikings can absolutely offer up Dalvin Cook to the Broncos and get a second-round pick if they wanted to. He was elusive today. Haven't seen that in a while. It was fun to watch. The cuts, a ring around the rosy turnaround he did to avoid a TFL before turning upfield. Justin Jefferson with 154 yards on 12 catches today, most of the damage being done in the first half. A lot of soft zone coverage being played by Chicago's defense at one point in the second half. I can't recall exactly when this happened, but third down, snap, Chicago's defense, all of them backpedal deep, leaving Justin Jefferson wide open underneath to the right. Easy first down. And Irv Smith Jr., he deserves some praise too. It felt like all 4 of his catches were in the clutch. And Kirk Cousins, active at the line before calling the snap, multiple audibles, started the game off 17 for 17 before his first incompletion. Had the push pass to Jalen Reagor for the 1-yard touchdown score. 3rd and goal, very creative. Reagor, as a gadget player, that's where he's at his best. The Vikings, they go up 21-3, and that's where it gets interesting because the Bears, they climbed their way back to make it a 21-19 game, and then came the interception. Thielen was the intended receiver. He was open, but Kirk was a bit late and not enough zip on the ball. Chicago, they get the takeaway. They get the ball, 3rd and 3. They go extra conservative, no doubt playing for the field goal. Hand the ball off to David Montgomery for no gain. They kick the field goal. It's good. They go up 22-21. And what the Vikings offense proceeded to do was downright incredible. They marched up the field for a 17-play, 75-yard drive, taking 7 minutes off the clock. And that touchdown play, Kirk Cousins lined up in shotgun at the goal line. Dalvin Cook is the running back to Kirk Cousins' left. And I said, what are you doing in shotgun formation? Is this the Broncos all over again in overtime against the Colts? He moves out wide as a wide receiver, Dalvin Cook does. And I say, I don't like this. He proceeds to calmly walk up to center, talking to his players left and right. And I said this, I called it during the live stream. I said, oh, he's going for the sneak. And he did. The one thing you can't take away from Kirk is that even though he's not as great as he was, let's say the last 2 years, he tends to deliver in the end when you have no other choice, when you need him the most. I'm going to start calling this dude closing Kirk, but the offense did their thing. Now, if Greg Joseph makes just one of the 2 missed field goal attempts, perhaps it's not as excruciating as a game to watch if you're a Vikings fan, but Kirk delivered. Dalvin Cook, he kept the offense balanced. Pass protection was more than solid. That is with the exception of Brian O'Neill, who back-to-back weeks of struggling. I'm not saying it's time to panic, but it's concerning nonetheless. The offense, they get the job done. On defense, Danielle Hunter, don't call it a comeback game with a sack and 2 TFLs. Very nice to see. Jordan Hicks was outstanding today. He had 7 tackles and a huge pass deflection. Against the run, the Vikings had a day. They held Chicago to 3.3 yards per carry. David Montgomery, 1.7. Their best runner today was Justin Fields, 8 carries for 47 yards. Against the run, great. Against the pass, not so much. Chandon Sullivan, first off, is very lucky to not have given up a touchdown pass on the first drive. Justin Fields threw a bad pass to Darnell Mooney. Should have been 6, but okay, good for us. And then in the second quarter, less than 2 minutes to go, Chandon Sullivan gives up a one-handed 39-yard catch. He's been iffy at best this season. I don't think you can afford to have him on the football field moving forward. But for Ed Donatell's defense, the main struggle today was Justin Fields. You got to remember, coming into today's game, Fields was completing just 51% of his passes. Didn't necessarily knock your socks off in the passing game today, but was still solid. 15 for 21, 208, and a touchdown. Made timely completions. Took off time after time again with his legs, giving the Bears a new set of downs. I'm over the Ed Donatell experiment. I don't trust him. I think you need to make some sort of change because I don't know if this can hold up against the better teams in the league. But in his defense, the play of the game on defense, Cam Dantzler, after giving up a catch to former Vikings player Amir Smith-Marset, took a mean stiff arm, fell to the ground, but he got back up, ripped the ball away, fumble, recovery, ball game. That was also Ed Donatell's defense, so we got to give him credit for that. It was ugly. You knew it would be coming into this game, but they got the dub. They're 4-1, 3-0 against NFC North opponents. The Packers lost, so that makes it extra sweet. Thank you to everyone who joined today's live stream. It was a ton of fun. Getting back to responding to comments in tomorrow's vid. Hope to see you there.